Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson and Matt Dalton here for round 4 of the European Stock Car Championship. Matt, we're at Texas today. Great circuit, bit bumpy, quite a contrast to what we had just 2 weeks ago now, where we saw some great racing out there, and your teammates took a 1-2.
Yeah, back to the 1.5 milers, the cookie cutters as they're called. One of the fastest tracks for the 1.5 miles, and there are some bumps, especially on the exit of turn 2, which can catch drivers out, so it should be a good race.
We're just obviously qualifying is just about finished. We'll talk about the grid in a second, but let's just quickly look at the top 5 positions in the championship as well. Martin Keppel taking the lead in that, 129 points from Lucas Buller on 121. Martin's teammate, 106 points. Has he missed a race? Yeah, he missed a race, didn't he? So makes quite a difference, but still way up there in top 3. Robert Earthling in 4th place, and Vit Solomon rounds out the top 5. Matt, your guys obviously missed the first couple of weeks as well, so we expect to see them moving up, and there's a few drivers not here this week, which is a bit of a shame, so we're looking at a 21 car grid out there, but should still be enough for a good race.
Yeah, it's a smaller grid than ideal, I think. There's been a few that have not been able to make it this week by the look of it. I don't know if that's due to the time change or not, but hopefully they'll all be back in weeks to come, and certainly anybody who's watching on the broadcast, I think it's a good league to run, and you should definitely get your names down and come along and have a go. But yeah, last time out, good result for Apex Racing, and looking pretty promising again this evening with Aaron, Doug and Rob on the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I did talk to Hugo before, and he just wanted me to remind everybody that there you can come and join in as well. If you fancy a little bit of stock car racing. It's called European Stock Car, but anybody can come and have a play. If you can race at this sort of time, then and this sort of time if you're watching it back on YouTube as well. So it's 7:30 GMT. There we go. If that helps, it might not. Yes, if you can race around this time, then jump on, sign up, head on over to eurostockcar.com. You can find all the information on the series there. You can get yourself involved for next week. Still a long way to go in the championship, so everything to race for out there. Matt, while the guys are just going on the pace lap, do you want to just take us through the sort of the top 10 on the grid?
Yep, so pole is Aaron Spiro sitting in the Apex TV car there. 2nd place, Doug Pickering. 3rd, Rob Reed. 4th, Josh Drinkwater. 5th, Martin Kappel. 6th, Lucas Swinnerneck. 9th, Fabio Asuncao. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I've no idea. Let me know if I'm not. Luis Rodriguez in 8th. Jake Forster 9th, and Alessandro Dalladoni finishing out the top 10.
Right, here we go then, just rounding out. What's Matt, Texas way better than I do, certainly in these stock cars when it comes to running this circuit. I've always been sat with my butt on the floor in the DW12, scraping the floor and the bumps, so I know how bumpy it is out there, but what's the challenge really for the stock cars?
Yeah, I mean, as far as NASCAR goes, it's not the bumpiest of tracks. It's very different turn 3 and turn 4 to 1 and 2 though, so expect to see a different approach to that. They'll usually enter a little lower, but here we go for the start.
Everybody away, good start for Aaron there. Rob having a little look as well. He's going to have to go around the outside, but everybody away nicely. No issues off of the start. Looks like Doug Pickering having a little run on Rob as well. So the three Apex guys. We'll try and be as impartial as we possibly can, but we can't help but to have a little cheer on. And who was that down low?
Josh having his customary loose moment.
Anybody who tuned in last week will know all about Josh. He had a few of those, didn't he?
Like I say, you can give him the tightest setup in the world, he'll still find a way to get it sideways.
200 laps around Texas. Going to be a long race. Oh, and you're right, he's getting all kinds of out of shape. Once again, runs him way too hot through 3 and 4, and just about avoids the wall.
He just needs to let it settle down. You do have to be a little wary in these cars. Once you get the back end a little bit sideways, you have to be careful of the throttle, because if you try and get back in it straight away, without letting the temperatures come down, it will try and bite you.
Sounds a little bit like we have a little moment in, say, like some of the high-powered single-seaters that I'm so accustomed to. Exactly the same.
Nice move by Josh there to retake P9 though, so, or P8, sorry.
Yeah, front three all settling into a bit of a rhythm. Just about 3-4 tenths separating each. Rob just a little bit closer. Actually had a much better run through 3 and 4 there. Closes right in on his teammate. And we saw these two were pretty close throughout, the last round. So I dare say it's going to be fairly similar.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two are very, very evenly matched. I think for anybody who races in the NIS series, a lot of people will know Rob because he's obviously one of the top guys in the NIS series week in, week out. But Aaron is somebody to keep an eye on. Definitely, he's always right up there, and they run extremely fast paced, the two of them.
No Thomas this week, of course. He's away doing some real racing. Just saw Lucas just putting a move on Fit Solomon there. Moves himself up into 9th place. I have to say,
it's interesting as well. I know.
Sorry, go on.
I know setups here this week is not running anything even remotely similar. So the cold weather is something we haven't seen in testing up to this point. So it'd be interesting to see how things develop on that front.
Yeah, let's just take a very, very quick look at that actually, because we didn't get a chance to sort of bring that up at the start. But yeah, so 19 degrees and partly cloudy as well. A little bit of wind out there, so yeah, I think you're right. Tyres should hold in. I mean, this has been a bit of a recurring theme sort of throughout the series so far. Is people burning up their tyres, losing a lot of time, and should be able to go at it a little bit more aggressively, shall we say?
Yeah, absolutely. The colder weather makes. Well, I mean, if it's cooler like it is now, you can attack things a lot more. And looking at a quick look at the lap times, they're sort of only dropped off by around about half a second at the moment. So that says that the track's definitely holding up.
Just hearing as well with P2 in the championship, Lucas Bull. Oh, that's Fabio into the wall. Got himself all out of shape, but collected it back up before it become sort of a real major issue. Lost a place, that said, to Martin, so straight back on him though. Wants to regain that position.
You can just see that in the top two as well. You can see with the philosophy difference in the setup is that Rob's entering 2 and 3 and 2 and 4 much lower than Aaron. His car looks, is pretty uneven over the bump, so it looks like it unsettles the rear slightly. So he's having to make a lower entry.
Jake making a run on Fabio as well. Down the main street. Gets that run through. Yeah, car looks good as well. Jake had such a good run last time out as well until the incident a little further on. But moving up quite nicely as well, and I have to say Fabio's definitely picked up some damage off of that. Contact with the wall there as well, just dropping back. Lap times you can see have really fallen out of it as well, sort of some 0.6 of a second. So it did look like quite a hefty hit. So definitely got some sort of suspension damage there as Alessandro moves up and past him up to P6 for him. Gonna have to switch to the front though. They're getting ever closer. I think Matt, with the grid have just been a little bit on the low side. There's always the possibility of long green flag runs. Usually we see them towards the end of the race once the pack starts to filter out a little bit. But I think the nature of the track as well, plus the sort of the 19 we've got out there, it's going to we could see green flag pit stops today.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the bigger grids always invariably end up with more incidents because there's less space on the track. But I think that the way it's spaced out at the minute, we're definitely going to see some green flag stops and some good racing, which is that's what we want to see.
Great little battle just up on screen right now. That's Lucas having a run on Fabio. Fabio himself finds himself boxed in behind Alessandro. It looks like tyres have gone off of the 96 car out there right now, and seems to be struggling and slipping back into to the grips of the people chasing him down. So indeed, Fabio moves back past. Up next will be Josh Drinkwater as well, and he's got a great run. See what the car's like down low. Sandro comes down, covers him off. Needs to do something. Oh, got a great run off the corner that time. Keenan tried to work that high line time and time again, actually, through all the races, but that car looks pretty dialed when he's down low, and oh, could be 3 wide here. Josh got a great run off that corner. He's going to get 2. Past Fabio as well. That's a great move. He got a hell of a run coming off of there as well, and yeah, job done. Thank you very much. Takes that, moves himself up to P number 7.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the features of this track that there's on the exit of turn 2. If we follow Josh around here, is the exit of turn 2. There is like an extra little seam that appears quite late in the corner, and the closer down to that white line you can get, if you can hook the inside 2 wheels on that seam, it helps rotate the car around the corner, and is worth a tenth or 2 a lap if you can nail it every single lap. And that's a classic example during that overtake there that Josh managed to get right down low, hit that seam, and it just gives you such a slingshot on exit.
Yeah, he's starting to look pretty comfortable out there as well. That's P6 moves himself past Lucas 18 car there, so doesn't look out of shape right now. I don't want to curse him, no Murray Walker moments or anything like that, but you know, he's the rear end's not all over the place like we're used to seeing.
By his standards, it's very controlled, isn't it?
Yeah. What's going on?
I think he's riding high. He's on a bit of a confidence wave at the minute. He had a good, really good result in top split NIS earlier this week, so I think that's probably helped him out coming into this one.
Confidence can do an absolute world of good, you know. Full of confidence, you really push, feel the car, you know, just finds you that, you know, extra half a tenth as well that you didn't realise was there. I think Rob's just playing a patient game out there right now, pulling away from Doug. They're pretty happy with this. No need to go crazy or anything like that. He does look like I mean, I might just be talking here, but he does look like he's got a top gear that he can switch to if he needs to. It seems to be sitting pretty right now.
I don't know. I'm not sure how much more he'll have in the tank. I mean, I know, like I said, Aaron is quick, so it's not like you can just sit there and do nothing. But it does definitely look like Rob is just happy to ride shotgun and sit there at the moment. I don't know that he'd be able to get away though. Again, he'll be getting the benefit of the draft at the minute, so he can roll off the corner a little earlier, protect his tyres a little more, and sit there quite easily. Where when you're the lead car, you've got to push everything a bit further.
Jake Forster having a run on Martin here. Martin, very different lines through the corner. Jake trying to get good exit. If he can get a run down and into turn 1. Worked like a treat, actually.
Oh, great move.
Yeah, you could just see him sizing that up way before the corner. He knew exactly what he was going to do. He knew he was going to go in pretty high and just get that exit off of the off of 2 and lined him up for the run. Off of 3 and 4. Oh, he goes into the wall. All that great work just undone.
That's Jake being Jake. He does like the high lane. He loves to try and work those high lines, and it's something he will try if he feels there's not that much grip down low, or if he feels something different in the car, he will go and move around. He's not afraid to try things out. I think he just got that a bit wrong though. He just went in a bit too hot.
Yeah, it looked like that. Back on mine as well. We're just looking, Alessandro. He seems to be dropping down pretty rapidly. 1:31.0. So there's only 2 drivers in 31s out there, and he's one of them. So really struggling. Just been overtaken by Matthew there. We've got a car coming into the pits as well. Who is that? It's Lucas into the pits. Jumps in pretty early. No one else looks like they're ready to jump in at the moment. Side by side again with Forster and Capel. Oh, Jake, he's around. Big moment. Caution flag is out. Hopefully everybody will miss him. Just trying to get himself out of the way. Spin the car around. Just having to wait for the whole... Well, yeah, just everybody's going to flow through here. He's going to be way back there. Now, is this good for Lucas or bad for Lucas? Is he going to be a lap down, or is he still going to be on the lead lap? Is he going to take the lead from this? He came in just as the caution came out, so he's going to have no penalty.
He could be.
Where's Rob?
He could benefit, but
actually, Rob in front.
I believe he's going to be a lap down.
Trying to figure out where he is. These guys... No, I don't think he is. Where is he? Yeah, you're right, he is going to be a lap down.
He will be at the minute. He will get a wave round though.
Yeah, he'll be gutted with that.
He should catch up to the back of the field. These guys will... Oh, at some point Rob's taken the lead then, so we've missed that.
Yeah, we must have just missed that. It must have happened literally just as the caution flag was coming out, because the last time I checked, it was Aaron leading. So everybody's going to pit here, I guess.
Lap 24. He just, as I was saying, he just nailed that low seam on the entry to turn 2, exit to turn 2, and it just pulled him around the inside and just, ran the inside line through 3 and 4. Classic move, really.
Let's see, while the guys are coming into the pits, let's see if we can just skip that back and find that. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, takes a look into, like you say, into 1 and 2, gets a great line there. Aaron, obviously his teammate, gives him the room as well, and yeah, he runs the line beautifully through 3 and 4 as well, and completes the move. And then literally just moments later, the caution comes out. That couldn't have been any better timing for him, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's paid off quite well. Oh, just pips Aaron off of pit road there as well.
Yeah, just as my lousy camera work just misses it as well. That'd have been a good one to spot.
I know, this is interesting. Lucas Strunanek and Doug Pickering appear to be at the front of the pack here.
Doug had some pitted. Not on my timing screen, anyway.
I think he pitted, by the look of it, on lap 26. No.
No, I'm not sure he did. My timing screen's not showing any pit stops at all. It was himself.
He did pit. He did pit. Lap 27. But he ran straight through.
Ah, there we go.
Now, so I know what's going on there. When you, at the start, if you run through the pit lane, when the flag initially goes green, then you can actually pit again on the last lap. But what that allows you to do is get the bonus point for leading a lap, which is exactly what Doug's done there.
Yeah.
So by driving straight through the pit lane, he can now pit with 1 to go and not get a penalty.
Yeah, makes some sense. Having a look to see if there were any penalties carried over. Doesn't look like there were.
So I would expect to see Doug come down pit lane this time. Lucas obviously staying out because he's going to get the wave round from where he pit stopped.
Yeah.
Made his pit stop under green flag. And there you go, as I said, Doug comes in now. This will drop him to the back of the field, so he's obviously pretty confident his car's good enough to work his way up through.
Yeah. Yeah, take the extra point though. I can, tactical, makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you're in it for a championship, that extra point can count, for a lot at the end.
Yeah, just a reminder, just while we're doing that, obviously league spots are open as well. Head on over to eurostockcard.com to find out more about the series. I think we'll be getting the yellow banner in about an hour's time. There's some confusion between with the clock changes and whatnot for iRacing Live, so welcome a few more guests at that point. Here we go then, everyone getting themselves sorted, ready for this restart. We're on lap 29, good first run, happy with that. Pace car's going to duck in.
Here we go again.
Yeah, once again, two teammates side by side, I'm sure working together somewhat just to try and make sure they get a good launch. Aaron goes around the outside. Will he get the run on Rob, reclaim that position?
He's certainly going to have a go, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he might do. He's going to have enough to clear him.
Oh, spinner at the back, spinner at the back.
In. That's Pedro Rodriguez there. Oh, he's into the wall. Let's have a look, see what that was all about.
Oh, I think he just got a nerf, did he?
I think he might have had a little nerf there.
I think he got a bit of help, didn't he?
Yeah. Doug, I think, was it Doug? I think it was Doug, wasn't it? Doug got a bit of damage as well, so... It wasn't a hard hit, though, for Pedro, so he should be able to get back going again, get some boots and... yeah, rejoin should be okay, I think. Might
not too much
need a
damage.
little bit of repair or something like that, but it didn't look too hard. I mean, the second hit that he had, which is when he drove into the wall, looked
more damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's probably looking at about 20-25 seconds optional repairs there. But that's just what I think. I think Doug just got caught out. Wasn't expecting him to be that slow off the corner. I think he was looking to straighten the car, and before he puts it down, he's obviously running something a little bit loose, and he just got caught out. But yeah, that's all Doug. That one, I'm afraid.
Run into the pits again, it would seem.
Yeah, Doug has a bit of left front damage this, so sort it out.
A lot of people into the pits again, but not everyone. Now, forgive me for my naivety here, Matt. That's why I like to ask all the questions more than anything. Surely they only had 1 or 2 laps then under green. Is it tactical? Is it that they can see a fuel number that they can hit now if it goes green? I mean, 2 cautions straight after the other. You wouldn't think they would be too worried about that right this second.
No, I wouldn't think so. I think it's just a case of some people just like to have properly, brand spanking new fresh tyres, and I think it's just one of those things that some people want to come in for that. They might be carrying a little bit of damage. They might have tagged a wall with some optional repairs. They just need to get finished off from the previous caution. So,
yeah.
And again, if you know there's a handling imbalance in your car, you may have, you may find there's an extra change you want to make that you couldn't do in the previous stop that makes you want to come in and sort it. So.
That makes some sense for sure. Obviously, coming up a bit later on tonight on Apex Racing TV as well, we've got the Kia World Club. Sorry, not World Club, World Series. And that's Smooley in the booth with Conrad Venter and Jake Sperry. Fancy some touring car action? Then head on over to there. And tomorrow, what have we got up? We've got the Grand Prix Strength of Field race as well. So that's the McLaren at Road America. That should be great. And then in the evening we have the Kia Club Series as well. Plus I'll be doing a setup stream as before as well. So talking through the McLaren and all the different settings and how they affect the car. And of course, much of that can be transferred over into other cars. But yeah, but not so much on the oval side. So sorry about that. Need to get you doing one of those, Matt.
You know me. I'm always up to try something new.
After a nice long green run, you know, it was pretty disappointing. Half a lap.
Yeah, that's sometimes what happens, though, isn't it? They always say cautions breed cautions. So it's perhaps not a massive surprise that you see another yellow so shortly afterwards. Hopefully we can get going again. I mean, we were right on the verge there at green flag stops, so... It's going to be interesting here now. We've got Aaron and Rob have shuffled their way back. A couple of guys have stayed out in front, so that has shuffled the grid up a little bit.
Pedro's still in the pits as well. Trying to serve his repairs. Co-commentator has joined us as well. Cody Fowler, welcome, buddy.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, how's things? Looking sharp, I hope.
Oh yeah. Way better.
Okay, here we go again, and they're away. Aaron Maspero, a great launch around the outside.
Yeah, Vit, of course, stayed out, we know. And with the fresh rubber, let's just see, you know, we're only talking a lap or so, but let's see if there's a difference to kind of run. Aaron's already pulled this move off on his teammate as well. Oh, just as a little moment through the exit. We've got another incident in the back. It's down on the apron. Might stay green. And that's Christian as well. Big problems from him. That's a major hit as well. He's not going to be returning anytime soon.
Good news is that hasn't brought the yellow out. Aaron looking to make hay while he's got some space and Rob's stuck in traffic, so he's absolutely clearing off at the front.
Yeah, best time to do it. Like I say, Rob's trying to come through. He's up behind Matthew right now. Gives him a lot of room down low. Gets a great run through there. Car looks good. Moves himself up into P4. Bit of a battle going on ahead of him. This is between Vit Solomon and Mike Capel right now.
Yeah, Vit's about to have company. Rob's going the inside there. We see how well that car sticks around that low line.
Yeah. Yeah, 1.6 seconds is the gap up front as well. So pretty sizable gap that Aaron's managed to pull out already. Drinkwater just following Reed through as well, past Vit there, so up to fourth place for him.
Whoa. Fabio having an enormous wiggle coming out of turn 2, and he's still fighting the car through 3 and 4.
Watching
what a save!
Steve Barsby going back. Let's just jump forward just to see if we can see the aftermath of that.
That's a fantastic save through turn 3 and 4. I thought he was completely in the wall and going to lose that there, but somehow he's managed to straighten it out.
Take a little look at that back, shall we? See that in all its glory. He has struggled a little bit today. I've seen him out of shape a few times, so. Oh, jeez. That was pretty late as well, wasn't it? You know?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. As soon as you've got those rear tyres warmed up, you're going to struggle for a good while with it. And he's got a rear view mirror full of Jake Forster now, and Jake's still working that high lane through turn 3 and 4. He's determined to make that work.
He's getting such great runs from it, though. I'm not surprised that he's doing it. You know. Let's have a look again. Yep, up top again. He goes. Oh, car seems to get tiny little bit out of shape though. If he just doesn't get the entry to that right, and look at the amount of time that he lost there. He went from being just 1/10 of a second behind, so 3/10 in that one corner. So you know, it does work. He does get runs off of it, but it's also costing him, and that's exactly where he lost it as well.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like the lower downforce build on the cars, they are a little more nervous, and it's easy to have a car that's quite loose on entry, and I think that's just what Jake's struggling with. As he's turning into the corner, it's as he hits the bumps on the entry to that high lane in turn 3 and 4, it's just wiggling on him.
2.8 seconds the lead now. Aaron checking out. Doesn't want any company for this run. So Pickering having a little run as well. Will be for third if he gets it done. Trying to get past that 92 of Martin right now. Oh, what you were saying earlier on, Matt, just needs to get that, hook that line through too.
Yep.
Does that as well, and you're right. Look at the difference there. I mean, he's clear through. It's not even like a drag race down the back straight there. Just you know, done and dusted.
Now that seam on the exit of turn 2 just really helps rotate the car and launch it down the straight if you get it right. It's just one of those features you see on a lot of these 1.5 mile tracks where there's always something or a little bump or something in the track that can help you get the car around that little bit quicker, and the guys who really know the track are the ones who manage to find that line every lap.
As it looks like Fabio's coming under a little bit of pressure again from Jake. This time Jake goes down low, doesn't quite get the exit he wants, and he's out of shape again, and so is Fabio. They're both just struggling to hold the car. Somehow they managed to avoid each other and keep the cars pointing forward. So that's great driving from both of them. If not a little shabby to start off with.
Well, like we said, Fabio's already had a car that's wriggling a little bit, and Jake's not exactly been in a straight line everywhere, has he? That's one of those classics. Fabio just doesn't want to concede the place, so he keeps his foot in it. And
yeah, we're lucky we didn't have a big one there. He's coming under a bit of pressure from Lucas now as well, though. Lucas, good run. Are you with us yet, Cody? You're in?
Yeah, just got here. Had a few technical difficulties there at the beginning.
Yeah, seems like it's the day for it as well. So Raul with these problems. I had graphics glitch from lap 3 of the World Championship race. So get my violin out.
Oh no.
Not the greatest. And
there seems to be a bit of that at the minute. I think it's something to do with the particle settings, isn't it?
no, mine's the artifact flickering, you know, where bits of the track start disappearing and re-disappearing, you get massive black lines across the screen. It's a bit of an NVIDIA bug, I think, and you have to keep resetting your render INI profile and things like that, so just to clear it up. And normally I do it every race, but this time I forgot, and yeah, it bit me. Literally lap 3 it just started going nuts, so I had to do the whole first stint with the graphics going absolutely nuts. So there's a Drink Walker.
Josh yeah, I was going to say, Josh having a look here, isn't he?
Yeah, Cody, we spoke to Matt at the start of the race about Texas. You know what to look out for. You know how do you like this circuit? You know what do you want to see from today? I mean, it's been pretty exciting stuff actually so far.
Texas provides some really good racing. I feel like it's a really line-sensitive track, but once you get the rubber built up on the track and tires wear in, you can make some high-line passes, especially through 3 and 4, and it makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've certainly seen Jake have an attempt at that, haven't we? He's been pounding that high lane more than anyone, trying to get some rubber in it and trying desperately see if he can make it work.
Yeah, and another thing I've noticed, when you run that high line through 1 and 2, it really helps you off the corner, off of turn 2. I feel like if you try and pinch that car down the white line coming off of turn 2, it's really easy to get the car free. If you kind of ride it a little bit off the bottom, you're not quite as fast, but it's a safer line through there. And I like to do that for a long run race, just kind of keep it off the bottom and drive it straight off that corner, so it don't get quite as loose.
Yeah, you certainly see a lot of people getting loose and dropping into the inside wall coming off of turn 2.
Drinkwater and Keppel again side by side. Oh, Josh does a little switch back there and gets that run off of 4.
Having a proper little scrap these two.
Yeah, they're going right at it, aren't they? So all the time it's costing them, you know, a little bit of time, and they're being closed back down by Solomon behind as well. And Martin just getting himself all out of shape once again. Drinkwater just covers up the inside for a bit there to see if he can hold it together and break away. He knows it's costing him time, but Martin with a great run around the outside.
Yeah, Martin's working his high line really well right now.
Oh, just gets squeezed up against the wall there. So
yeah, he cut him a break there for sure. He could have turned him if he wanted to.
yeah, a bit of a lap from those guys as well. They actually closed in on Pickering ahead. So
Martin is visibly faster than the 45 right now. I'm surprised the 45 just don't let him go. The 45 is just killing his tires trying to stay in front of him. He's having to drive way harder than Martin is to stay ahead.
what's quite funny is that, do you know what I mean, he's just caught him up and overtook him. But yeah, it just goes to show how tyre wear is such a big deal. You know, you can just swap around very, very quickly with, you know, who's got the best car, who's got the best balance.
I feel like if Martin can get back around him, he'll pull away pretty quickly.
You see that quite a lot though, don't you? You put a few laps in where you push in to catch somebody, you can just take a bit too much out of the tyres, and then you have a couple of laps running side by side, that wears them even more. As soon as these two have straightened up now, and Josh has let the tyres settle down, he has pulled a bit of a gap now.
Yeah, Martin really struggled off of turn 2 that last lap. He got tight and he let off the gas coming off the corner and just killed his straightaway speed.
Steve Barsby and Luis Rodriguez here having a little bit of battle. Clyde Whiting just tucked up behind those as well. So that's the 944 and 06 cars right now. They're closely followed by Luigi as well. He's closing in on it. So while these guys are having this fun out there, he wants a little piece of that action.
I believe we're about 3 to 5 laps away from the new leader here. Rob is catching Aaron really fast right now. We're talking about 4/10 a lap.
Yeah, what you missed is he checked out at the start on the restart here, and got a great launch, and they were all battling behind, and pretty much before you knew it, he was up to about 2.6 second lead after about 3-4 laps after the restart. So Rob's done a great job in hunting. Oh, we got a spinner. This is Barsby. So major engine damage. He's straight into the wall on the inside. Just lost it coming out there, and yeah,
it's not going to bring the yellow out.
I was about to say no caution flag. He's down the apron out the way, so when he's going to stream through, so he's going to have to get some repairs done. That's going to take some time as well.
Yeah, that's the one thing nice about Texas is self spins don't typically cause a caution because of that fact that you hit the inside wall and it straightens you up.
It's interesting. I mean, we were saying about this at the start. I know the two guys up front. I know Rob is running a different setup to Aaron, so it's it could just be a factor of something. Rob might have had something that works really well sitting in the draft. Aaron may have something that is not quite working the way he wants at the minute. So they'll both be sitting there and looking.
I think we just lost you for a second there, Matt. Just cut out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying, we know the guys are running different setups, so it'll be interesting to see if they're either of them are considering some changes for the pit stops now.
I believe in turn 1 here, Rob's going to take the lead away from the 41. Be interesting to see if he tries to go high on him or if he just takes his time. Oh, the 41 goes high. That's a really open door up for Rob.
Last time Aaron didn't fight his teammate at all, so sort of let him have at it and just tucked in behind him.
Aaron's car looks like it's moving around a lot.
It is. You could see it there coming off of 2. It was all out of shape, really.
Yeah, he looks really loose, doesn't he?
But he just but he can't.
He's holding his own in 1 and 2. I'll be honest with you. He wasn't too. I feel like Rob and him was about the same speed through 1 and 2, but where Rob really beats him is 3 and 4. Just watch how much quicker Rob gets on the throttle than the 41 in 3 and 4.
The interesting thing is we were looking at setups and working on setups earlier this week, and we were talking about how we were going to run things, and I put something together in the space of about 25 minutes, half an hour, that was a bit of a guess. Rob jumped in it and just absolutely fell in love with it. Everybody else jumped in it and went, I can't drive that, it's all over the place. So that's one of those things that, Rob is running a set that
Aaron's into the pit
with.
lane. There's a few that have jumped in as well, so green flag stops commencing. And just hearing as well that Aaron made some adjustments in the car at the pits, and he didn't like those, so he's decided that box now as soon as he's lost the lead, try and get that back as Doug Pickering misses his box.
Big accident for
Matthew.
56.
Oh, caution comes out again. We've seen this earlier on as well. Where is that Matthew?
Wow, that was dirty. That was on purpose, I'm pretty sure. Unless the 18 pulled down too quick and just got loose, that was on purpose for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just watching it back now, seeing what's going on.
Be interested to see what race control make of that one. I think it's
Oh, interesting. Who was the other driver? Sorry.
No, he loses it. You can actually see when you watch it from the cockpit. He turns left to come out past Matthew and make the pass down the inside, and he just literally loses the car, and it just gets loose on him, and he tags him in the right rear.
Jump on board.
You can hear the wheels go.
It's a great run. Oh yes, definitely.
He jerked the wheel. He jerked the wheel too hard, and it got him loose.
Nothing worse is there when you're the innocent victim there, and you see the driver who caused it all just cruise on into the pits, get himself some repairs there and a fresh set of tyres, and your race is done.
It's one of those things, isn't it? I know Matthew feels a little aggrieved there, and he's sort of saying, what's going on? And he's not happy with that. But when he looks at that after the race, you realise Lucas just pulled out, lost the rear, and nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, these things happen, don't they? Unfortunately, that is racing.
It sucks when that stuff happens. I will say though, like, he has a right to be mad on that. Like, that really was still a dumb move to pull out that hard when you're not really got that big of a run. Like, you didn't have to wait that long to pull out. He waited the last second, jerks the car to the left, and when he jerks the car, it just snaps on him. It's something you typically don't see, to be honest. not a straightaway, you know.
Matt, we're what are we? Just over a quarter of the way through this one. Do you want to just give us a quick rundown of the order of things at the moment, what's gone on, and retirements as well?
Yeah, so out of the race so far, looks like we have Christian Berg, Thomas Bastian Koch, Fausto Bessa Gomez, and Steve Barsby are definitely in some trouble. Pedro Rodriguez 2 laps down, but I think he's still circulating. Matthew Saint-Germain is in the pits at the minute, so he'll be getting some repairs done. Depending on how badly damaged that car is, we may or may not see him again. And the order sits at the minute is Rob Reed from Martin Capel, Vit Solomon, Clyde Whiting, Luis Rodriguez, Luigi Graffini, Fabio Asunchao, Aaron Maspero, Josh Drinkwater, and Doug Pickering running at the top 10. Although I may be wrong on the order of that slightly after the pit stops. It may just take a while to update.
Yeah, looks fairly right based on what I've got here as well. So
I wonder if Aaron tries. Heard there was a caution about to come out, and he tried to get on the pit road, and it called him out, trying to play some kind of strategy. Because Rob had just passed him.
Yeah, he'd pitted before the caution came out, and he literally just before. So
yeah, so Aaron is actually sat a lap down, so he'll have to take the wave round this time, which is why he's sat in front of Rob.
Yep.
And that'll be the same for Doug and Josh and Jake Forster as well, actually.
Yeah, they all pitted at the same time, didn't they? There's just like this little flurry that came in.
That's a tough break. He almost played that perfectly. If Rob would, if he wasn't for the fact that Rob was just past him, he would have stayed on the lead lap and would be our leader right now with fresh tires. Just barely misses it, staying on the lead lap when that caution comes out. He was about 3 car lengths from the pit exit line whenever Rob passed him.
This is one of those things you see quite often when you're in league races as well, especially when you have long races. A dropout early on with people just trying to run cars that are a little bit too loose or quite got the thing right, and you see quite a high rate of attrition early on, and then usually you end up with 10 or 15 cars left.
Here we go then, great restart for Martin again. We'll have to go around the outside. We've seen that, seems to be the highlight, seems to be the one to get the great start on. Will he carry the momentum around? Rob's car looks pretty hooked up through turn 2 though. Bit Solomon there and thereabouts again every time we have a restart. He always seems to be lurking in around that top 5 battle. Oh, it's getting a bit juicy, just a bit further back as well. We're sort of 2x2x2.
Oh, nearly had 3 wide going into turn 1 then. I think Jake went up the inside of Aaron Maspero, and Aaron was looking at Clyde Whiting at the same time. I think they just decided better at that.
Wise call, I think.
Aaron and Drinkwater, they both made some really good moves here at the start of this restart. They were tail end of the pack, and now they're sitting P8 right now.
Yeah, they all looked quick earlier on. So, and Doug made the decision, didn't he, to do that drive through so that he could get the lead lap earlier on. So, you know, confident with the car they've got underneath them right now.
Big wiggle here for Fabio to 3 and 4. He got loose getting in and had to drive the car all the way up the hill to catch it. Really nice job saving that car.
Yeah, Fabio's been doing that all race long so far. That is how it's set up and going, I think. Having at it. Oh, someone very close to the wall. I think that was Rodriguez.
Here goes Jake looking to his customary outside line there. Fabio's still
got
wrestling
loose
that
with
thing.
Jake.
No,
I
jeez,
think you should probably point out to Fabio that watching Josh last week was not an example of how to actually do it.
Yeah, that's not good for the rear tires. He's going to be loose now for about 3 or 4 laps, and it's just going to get worse unless he can really slow his pace down.
Jake round the outside of Luis Rodriguez there in turn 1 and 2.
If you notice, the 9 goes into the corners way harder than everyone else, and I think that's what's happening is he's driving in too hard, and it's just getting loose with him. And he get the wall from
Yeah, into the wall again, right in front of Doug.
Man, Jake's running right against that wall off of turn 2. He's got a really good run on the 18 and see if he takes it to the inside, which he does.
Yep, you were saying all night, if there's somebody who's going to go and look and see if that high lane works or not, it will be Jake.
Rob's not running away as I kind of expected to. Martin, now that he's got himself up to the front, gone with him, so it looks like they've got a bit of company now. Having a look at the lap times, Rob fractionally faster, but nothing worth, mentioning.
Yeah, Aaron and Doug getting around Martin there as well now. So Aaron not come through, as I thought he might rip through the field pretty quickly there, but he's not come through as much as I thought, so that's given the guys up front a bit of a getaway, isn't it?
I mean, they're 3.3 seconds ahead of Vit Solomon now, so and looking at the lap times as well. I mean, Aaron's lapping the same sort of pace as the leaders, so, but yeah, 5 seconds back, so it's going to be easy for him to get that back, and Martin's really impressing at the moment, although he's starting to lose a little bit more ground now on Rob, so 29.1 last time by, where Rob's still in the 28s.
Yeah, as this run goes along, Rob's shown he has longer in speed, so I imagine as this run goes on, just further along into the tire run, he'll definitely pull away more and more each lap. He's past 2 weeks, his car in the long run has just been crazy good.
Forster closing in on Solomon as well. I'm pretty sure we've said that once already this race, but just 0.2 of a second back now. Looking to size up and move. Got traffic too to worry about. Alessandro up top. Oh dear. Oh, what a save.
Good save. Good save. Not sure what Alessandro was doing there. He came in and door banged him a little bit. I'm sure Jake's probably not going to be overly amused with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. I'm just going to jump on board. That's probably the worst view, I think. We're not going to see too much from here. Or are we? Oh, you just saw his nose just chop in there, and I tell you what, Jake had to work that wheel something crazy to hold the car. And the fact that he had any tyre left to get the power on coming out of 2 is pretty impressive. I mean, he had to work it on the way out as well. But yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah, that's a hell of a save.
Did lose a place, obviously, or 2. So Pickering and Aaron up and past him.
Yeah, it's going to take him a couple of laps now for the tyres to settle down after that. They will be hot, so he's just got to run it nice and sensible, and Comes up to the back of Alessandro here and see if there's any afters. He hits the wall again.
Gonna let Josh drink water through. Does indeed.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling with some right front damage there.
Oh,
Alessandro gives Josh a tap again. I mean, does he actually know where he is on the track?
Little contact again. Jake into the well, actually retires, I think there.
Yeah, that'll be an Alt F4 job. He
Yeah.
probably realised that he was getting a bit hot under the collar, and also that his damage was too much. And I know he does do that when he gets into something where he thinks the caution's going to come out. He would rather exit the silver quick than he would bring the yellow out for people. And Josh is back to doing his customary sideways jobs.
That's what we like to see. Got a bit of damage on the right rear though. That might have actually been a little bit of contact with Alessandro, but yeah, I don't know to be sure. Solomon and Aaron as well. Yeah, Vit's looking good. I think you know, not got what we would say like, you know, uber pace, but definitely got a consistent car underneath him and doing well with it.
Yeah, he's running well at the minute. He's hanging on to the back of Aaron quite nicely. Aaron's pulling Martin Capel in at about 4/10 a lap. I mean, well, Rob out front.
3.6 seconds now the gap. And you're right, at 4/10 it's not going to take long for Aaron to get there either. Hopefully the tweaks that he'd done to the car on the previous caution is corrected.
I know for a fact the only thing that we were struggling with the setup that Rob's running is the entry, especially at turn 3 and 4. It's really loose, which is one of the things that were the reasons why he's running that super low lane, is because the car, if he tries to enter from a high arc, is quite unpredictable. So something to watch out for if we end up with Rob being shuffled in track back in the pack at any point, is how that car reacts as he goes into turn 3 and 4 if he has to run the high lane.
Pickering closing in on the back of Vit at the moment as well. Don't think Vit needs to worry too much about it. Just needs to carry on doing these things to make sure that, you know, towards the end of the race he's there with a chance. If he gets a late caution, car does look pretty good. Try and time some sort of strategy. He hasn't quite got overall pace, but yeah, you know, a spot on pit stop here and there, and you know, we know what that can do.
Looking pretty spread out here. Really, the only people that are even close to a battle right now are Louis Rodriguez and Luigi Griffini.
Josh into the pits. Is he coming?
I
It's pretty
think he's
early.
spun into one.
Yeah, I think that's pretty early.
No, he caught the grass and spun down the straightaway.
Take a look. Back to his usual tricks, eh, man?
Actually, he started off of turn 4, and he just kept the car sideways and just tried to save it and held on, and he finally hits the grass and just could not hold on any longer.
Oh, it looked good all the way up until then, anyway.
It just wouldn't be Josh otherwise, would it?
No.
This is very much his philosophy. If it ain't sideways, I'm not trying.
Well, it was certainly sideways there, pretty much down the whole straight. Looked more like we were watching some sort of drift race than anything else.
You have to start doing things for him. We'll build a setup, and then we're going to put his right rear track bar to 0. Clyde Whiting on a good run, pulling himself up to P6, just nice, consistent, not doing anything particularly stellar, but plugging away consistently and not getting himself in any trouble. And that's one of those things where you see that it's working wonders for him.
Yeah. Just going to switch up to Doug Pickering as well, because he's right on the back of it as well now. Looking for a move. 2, 3, 4. Just stay with him for a moment, just see how he's working that wheel. How's the car feeling right now? I mean, how long has it been since the last pit stop for Doug? Does anyone know? Can anyone check that out?
He came in during the last caution the same as everybody else, so they're going to be looking. They're at 25 laps-ish at the moment, 26 laps, so they're going to be thinking 4 or 5 laps and going to see him come in again.
Car looks good, you know. I mean, we're just watching him now. He's not having to work the wheel very much or anything like that. Very smooth out there, so you know that's he gets a great run. Oh, gets a run and actually gets into the wall big time. There is a commentary curse. There is one right there. I'm so sorry, Doug. Oh. He's down low, no caution, he's managed to avoid that, but oh, what a shame.
Yeah, that's another one. He just spins the wheels up, doesn't it? Spins the tyres up as he gets off the corner,
Well,
even though he's in a straight line.
It looked to me like he got an absolutely fantastic run, and that he was, as we just see Aaron moving up into P2, it just looked like he was looking to go up top, and you know, just run out of track and hit the wall, and you know, and that's it then, really. It just, the rest is history.
Yeah, anytime you just barely graze that wall like that, I feel like that's worse than hitting it. If you graze it, it upsets the car and it wants to spin you. If you hit it hard, you're going to do a lot of damage, but at least you don't worry about spinning the car out and hitting the inside wall or nothing like that.
Yeah. I actually think what he's done is he's come off turn 2 with a bigger run than he's expected, and it's caught him a bit blindsided. And then, yeah, he's just spun the tyres a little bit, and that little bit is enough that the second he goes back for the throttle, it just loops on him.
Yeah, so back to an Apex 1-2 then after Aaron's move. Martin just... oh, we've got another caution. Who's around? I think it might be Fabio.
Yeah, that's Fabio.
Not surprised. One of the other drivers who has really been just trying to hold on to it. We've got massive amounts of smoke. Is that engine blown as well? Yes, it most definitely has. Let's take a look, see what that is.
That starts on the exit of turn 2. He gets in the wall coming down the back straight about 4 times. Loses it sideways on the entry to turn 3. Gives the wall another slap.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He got loose off 2. The issue is, like, with a lot of people, they get loose like that, and they're like, man, I lost a lot of time, and they get back in the gas. They get right back in the gas, and then they start sliding the rear tires a lot, and then it just eats the rear end up a lot. You just can't save it once it starts doing that. Yeah, he just overheated the rear end, and when he went into it, couldn't do nothing with it.
Such a shame we were coming right up to tops, but the tyre temperature is such an important thing, and the second you get a spike in temperature, it's just the tyre doesn't recover, and you can't get back on the throttle. You have to let the thing cool down, and you've seen with Doug, even when it's people experienced, and Doug is a really patient driver. He's not somebody who's aggressive at all, but you get a little bit of wheel spin, even if you don't even realise you've got it, it will just loop on you when you...
And especially with these tire-sensitive tracks like this one.
Yeah, the 1.5 miles really seem to heat the track, heat the tyres up. So I think, I was going to say, I think Alex has stepped away for a minute. quick running order, we're still looking at Rob Reed in first, Aaron Maspero P2, Martin Capel P3, Vit Solomon P4, Clyde Whiting P5, Luis Rodriguez has worked his way up to P6, Luigi Graffini in P7, Alessandro Dalladoni P8, and Josh Drinkwater at P9.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Sorry about that. Had to step away and grab a drink.
That's thirsty work doing this for 2.5 hours.
Well, that's it. When you when you keep having to mute yourself because you're coughing away, it's never good.
Bless, they work you too hard in that Pro Series, don't they?
They do. What can I say? Because I was crying like a baby about my graphics glitch. You see, and the fact that I brought it up twice, you can tell I'm not joking either.
I was going to say, yeah, it's not bothering you at all, is it? Yeah, real attrition. Yeah, we sort of lost Jake Forster, Steve Barsby, Christian Berg, Lucas Srinanek, Matthew Saint Germain never came back out. It looks like his damage is a little bit too much. Fausto Bessa Gomez out, Thomas Bastien Cock out.
What we will have is a much quicker second half of this race, I'm sure. What we need though is for these top 9 drivers just to all have at it and lots of battles, I think.
Yep.
You're welcome just to the people who will be joining us from iRacing Live. Unfortunately, we was a timing conflict on iRacing Live, so started up a little bit late.
They've missed some pretty good racing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. It is a relatively new league. They were always teasing troubles with something new, and I think with it being organised it's always difficult to keep the grids going every week to week. But hopefully we'll see that improve again as we move forward. But
yeah,
9 cars.
Every league has its every week drivers, and they have the other drivers who come and go. A lot of times, people they'll just once they see they can't win the points, they'll stop racing. They don't want to run anymore.
Yeah, I think people don't expect things unnecessarily though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We go again. Rob taking the lead. Would be interested to see if Aaron can work anything around the outside. He's been pretty good off the restarts on that high lane so far.
Yeah, they got a great run on Vit. He's gonna need to hold it. We saw that when Aaron had a bit of clear air behind him as well, he just disappeared. So Rob really needs to do the same. If Aaron's got his issues fixed that he had earlier on during the pits, then be able to have a run at him. Martin, we know, was very quick at the last restart as well for probably about 10-15 laps, and then started to drop off.
Yeah, Aaron a little bit making small changes in that last pit stop, and that car looks a little uneasy on entry. It doesn't half look like it's squirming around underneath him.
Have a little look further back, Clive Whiting, and this is Luis Rodriguez and Luigi Graffini out there at the moment. These guys, they've not had the outright pace today, but do you know what? Once again, they've stayed out of trouble, and this is why they're going to bring home a decent result. Aaron for P2 then. Oh, I thought he was going to go for something there. Decides better off.
This is a hard track to pass on. I mean, it is very line sensitive when you're on somebody on similar pace. So unless that high lane really comes up and starts working, it's going to be difficult to try and make an overtake.
let's just talk a moment. Obviously, you know, from my overall experience, it really comes from the IndyCar, of course. And you know, this is such an aero dominant track, really, where you know, you just get massive amounts of dirty air and things like that. With the current build and in the stock cars, how's that affecting that? You know, will the drivers be feeling that at all out there, or not much of an issue?
I'll let Cody answer that one and see what he thinks first before I go in and steamroller it.
Aero don't affect these cars, obviously, nowhere near what the IndyCar is. I also love racing the IndyCar, but with it's more the tire wear. The tires to me more than the aero does. I feel like the aero is kind of there when you're right on someone's bumper, but it's mainly just a tire issue with these kind of tracks. The fast cars that can hold the bottom and be fast, they're going to be the quickest, obviously. They tried to make it where you could run double file at these tracks, and low line always prevails. You're going to have to get inside of the person ahead of you to make a pass if you're both close on speed. High line really doesn't work when you're both around the same speed. It takes a car that's a lot faster to run that high line than it does to run the low line.
Yeah, I think it's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? On some, you know, we got a Charlotte in a few weeks' time. Charlotte's one of those tracks where there is a genuine high lane in 1 and 2. You can run and move around. Not so much 3 and 4. Miami definitely runs more than one line. We saw Chicagoland will run more than one line, especially in turn 3 and 4 there. But it's not quite allowed it to work on tracks like this at the moment.
And moves ahead into P2. Sorry, guys. Carry on.
Yeah, Charlotte. You talking about Charlotte, Chicago, Homestead, Kansas. It's really one grooved, but you can make the one lane off of the high line work if you're pretty smart about it. But it's not easy. We got to spin on the back straightaway, by the way, guys.
Bits around. I think he's tagged the wall pretty hard as well. Let's take a look at that back. No caution again, like you say, Cody. Everybody just down into that wall, bounces them back to back straight, and they just carry on as they were. Let's have a look, see what happened here.
That Vit Solomon spun. He actually spun all the way out. He just didn't bring the caution out. Didn't hit nothing, I don't believe.
No, you're right. Yeah. Oh, just the tiniest little tag. Yeah, a little tag, nothing major. You know.
Yeah,
he just gave that a really good throttle after he'd lost it, just to keep it off the wall. Did a really good job there, actually.
Yeah. I think you know, it'd have been hoping for a caution there. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been too bad. You know, we could have just got himself some fresh tyres and carried on. Got a little bit of that, you know, bodywork. You know, not back out. That's all it really would have been, looking at it. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to caution right now. Way Rob and Aaron's shaping up here. It's about to be a battle for the lead. Aaron's been 0.2 faster per lap than Rob has been lately. Really looking strong. He's done some really good adjustments to that car.
And Martin's doing the same as well. I mean, I've got to say, at the beginning, they sort of dropped him quite a lot.
Yeah, Martin's still got a little bit to go.
That car he's hanging on really well now as well.
3 tenths off that lap. So this is about where it was on the stint the last time that he really dropped off. So car down there just circulating, just trying to pick up some places and some extra championship points.
Oh yeah, I clearly got it wrong. I did say it was cock out earlier. He's clearly back in now.
Oh dear.
Yeah, usually when you fall off, like how Martin's falling off all at once, usually he feels like he's fast enough himself. He's trying to catch these guys, and he's running fast as them. But the problem is their setup allows them to run that fast and be smooth. His setups, he's having to really drive that car hard to run those same lap times, and he just wears his tires out. And he's really falling off bad now. really nothing you can do once you get into the race to help that either. It's kind of got to be built into the setup from the start. No adjustments are really going to help that. Got to hang on. He's got third place on lockdown right now if he can keep it up.
Yeah, and that's what he needs really for the championship. Pulling a third place is going to be perfect. Still leading it, of course, and just keep banging in those sort of results, and he's going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. Of course, Rob, looking strong again for a good finish, but of course he's playing catch up. Missed the first 2 weeks, of course.
And these two are going to be talking to each other, obviously as teammates, they'll be talking to each other in team speak and things like that. And you're wondering if Aaron is just giving him a little bit of abuse at the minute, trying to wind him up.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm not sure it bothers him though. I don't think anything seems to ruffle Rob. I've never actually heard the guy lose his temper or get upset or get angry with anything. He just sits there and just nothing bothers him.
With this track being a game of inches as well, with the line and how it wears out the tires. If you notice Rob, as he goes into turn one, he gets that car right against the wall, and he kind of lets it hang high just for a little bit, and then pulls it down the track. You watch Aaron; he kind of drives in lower and straighter into the corner. It's quicker on the shorter run, but he will wear his tires out a lot quicker than Rob doing that. And we're only talking about 3 or 4 feet difference. But that little 3 or 4 feet difference matters so much.
Yeah, it's racing 101 really, isn't it? If there's a bit of race circuit out there, you've got to use it all.
Yeah, Rob leaves maybe a foot in between him and the wall. Aaron's doing a better job of it now. But before, Aaron was leaving a car length between him and the wall, and then Rob would be like a foot off the wall. And that little bit just helps so much.
I think you were talking actually earlier on, weren't you, Matt, that the difference in setup and Aaron was actually having to drive in a bit lower because he was having issues up high with the car being... Oh, it was Rob, was it? So yeah. I take it back.
It's sort of a feature of it that it's as you turn into turn 3 and 4. In fact, if I just where you're sitting on board when you're watching with Rob, you can see it. It's as you turn into turn 3, there is a bit of a bump, and there's like a little angle on the track where he's turning in that grabs the left front and pulls it round the corner. That seems to work if you enter quite low with the setup that Rob's running, whereas with Aaron's he can afford to take a wider arc, and that caution, that little corner, that bit of camber doesn't upset the car as much.
Yeah, everyone's just doing their thing at the moment. Just Clyde Whiting and Josh Drinkwater having any sort of a battle on the circuit.
Christian Aberg, kind of front straightaway. Oh, he just blew up. Is all that happened. He didn't spin or nothing. Yes, that little bit of damage he had overheated his car, and just engine finally gave out on him.
23, that was down as well.
Yeah, he was 23 laps down.
I think he's just trying to pick up some places, isn't he? There's a few people retired there, and he's managed to do that now. So up to what is 12th? So points count, I guess.
He would have been really close. He could have picked up 2 more spots if he could have just stayed out 2 or 3 more laps. Also.
And this does. This is the sort of thing that does suit Rob. The line-sensitive tracks, where car better on a line-sensitive track than a lot of people just hitting his marks every single. Where Rob is perhaps where Aaron is a little quicker at the minute is when you come to tracks like Darlington, where the line moves around a little bit more. That is one of those ones where you may see Aaron come back at him.
Yeah, Darlington definitely is a movable track. You don't want to run the same line lap after lap because of the way the track heats up. It's just different there. Some laps you run the low line, some laps you run the high line. It just depends on how you get into the corner there. It'd be fun to see how that race goes.
It's also my favourite track. I do like Texas as well, man. I like a lot of the 1.5 miles. kind of suit me a little better than the short tracks we've been running Martinsville this week, and I've not had a great time. But
Yeah, I like anything where you got to use a brake, to be honest.
Jump on board with our leader for a second, let him take us through a couple of laps here.
so again, you can see Rob just making sure that he lines up. You'll see that low line there, where he just loves to tuck it into the X bit of turn 2 and through turns 1 and 2. And again, you'll see again coming into 3 here where he enters actually quite low, and just hug that white line the whole way around the corner.
Yeah, speaking of that, hugging the white line, coming off turn 2, if you can angle your car right, you can get the left side on the white line right at the exit of turn 2, and there's a little bit more grip there than there are at the rest of the track. It can help turn your car. Just for whatever reason, right where he hits that white line is perfect. That's what I'm talking about. It just gives you just a little bit extra grip, and that's going to save tires because you're not using up the right front trying to get a turn. That left side is down there catching some grip.
And you can see with how little he's working the wheel, he's got a really nice balance in the car, and he's really happy with the way it's working. He's not having to seesaw at it or make any big moves or do anything particularly unexpected. And
Yeah, no problems out there whatsoever. I'm just having a quick look through the order. Looks like we've lost Alessandro. I thought he was just in the pits, but seems to have been in there a whole long time and out of the car now. So that means we've basically just got the top 8 drivers at the moment running out there, and a few back markers just trying to pick up some positions and see what they can do. There's a lot of laps still to go, so could happen.
yeah, absolutely. We're going to start seeing in green flag stuff.
Yeah, Josh into the pits. What are we looking at? One more after this. Yeah, the eke out. I don't know. 70 laps is a lot.
No, there'll be another 2 stops from here, I think. If they go 30 laps this time, they can do 25 then. In fact, Aaron's coming in now. And Rob. And if Aaron hasn't got a speeding penalty after that entrance, I'll be amazed. That looked extremely close.
You know, because I like to cry about it and bring up relevant things as well. Is when I pitted in today, I had no idea what speed I was doing. that was interesting. I can tell you that. So no graphical stuff to tell how fast I was going, and yeah.
Yeah, there you are. There is a bit of confirmation. Aaron has got a 15-second penalty there for just overcooked the entry enormously.
I'm kind of surprised they gave him that penalty, to be honest. He got it in there with about 4 miles an hour over, but he did slow down to about 50, which is below the speed limit. Kind of equal out there with your time over distance, and didn't really pay out for him, I guess. I've done it a lot of times where I'll come in 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, and then slow way down once you're in pit lane, and it kind of equals it out.
Yeah, you got to get that done quick enough, though, haven't you? And if it's not enough, so
yeah,
but
you don't know what's enough either.
And that's literally what I had to do today, because I had no idea how quick I was. I just hammered the anchors on and just made sure that I was under, even if I sort of sped going in, and then had the beauty of what I did at the rev limiter to be able to just to ride it on the rev limiter afterwards. So yeah, obviously if you had that in this car, you have no idea. You'd be trundling down that pit lane just hoping for the best. Luigi into the pits, one of the latest to pit. But yeah, just a lot of change going on at the moment out there with everybody just jumping in.
I really enjoy
Whiting
watching.
still out there.
really enjoy being on
Clyde's
pit
just had
stops.
another one of those same moments as Doug as well, where he's just come off turn 2 and it's looped up and lit the tyres up and bit him.
Take a look at that one back as well. Could be another one that we've lost.
Yeah, there's a bump right there. Once you get on the straightaway, you feel like you're good. You like, yes, I got off the corner, and there's a bump about 100 yards down that straightaway. When you hit that, that will cause you to spin your tires just like it would if you're coming off the corner with the wheel in it too much. I think I've spun more off of that bump than I have off of that corner itself. It's really tricky.
Of course, some of these guys, I know Rob and Aaron and all the Apex guys will be looking at this as a little bit of practice for the NIS next week. And certainly the amount of people having trouble coming off of turn 2 is going to be interesting to look out, especially when you try and work out race strategy for next week.
Definitely, because if you short pit and then someone else stays out on old tires and you're still a lap down and they wreck, you're stuck a lap down, and that's all that trap position you have going. But if it stays green, you make up a ton of time here.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen the same on a lot of the 1.5 milers for a couple of months now, where 30, 35 laps seems to be the extent of where you want to go in a run. And any more than that, and you just get swallowed up by people who are short pitting on you, because the advantage of fresh tyres is so massive that.
Yeah, I really like it. I like that they have put some pit strategy into this race.
I can't help thinking that maybe we've just got a bit too much drop off at the minute.
I agree. I feel like short pitting is the way to go now. I kind of wish it was like you could do either or and still come out to be about the same. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, very much. If they could turn the drop off down by maybe sort of 10 or 15%, then it would be very, very close.
Just enough where maybe they pass you at the end of the maybe they get their lap back, or at the end of the run, you two are equal. Maybe not lap time wise, but say if you pit from first, I pit from second, I short pit and you stay out the long run, or stay out longer than me, Somehow we come out at the end of the race. We're both pretty close. The way it is right now, if you're not short pitting and if you're staying out on the long run and you don't catch some breaks with some cautions, you don't have a chance.
Yep.
Even if you pit one less time, it's just the speed gap is too big. And really, that's the purpose of staying out long, is so you can knock out one pit stop without less time on pit road. But tire difference is so big that it don't even matter right now.
Yeah, Rob's just ticking away the laps up front at the minute, isn't he? He's
Yeah, up to 8 seconds now actually on my live timing screen. So pulling away pretty comfortably. Last time a 29.5 against a Vitz in second but hasn't pitted. So yeah, 31.1, and then Martin in third, who did a 29.1 actually. So very quick lap from him, and Aaron a bit quicker as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Aaron? It's possible that. Never mind. Rob just pulled off a lap time that was faster than what their lap times were. Guess Rob just had some issues on that lap.
Yeah.
Rob knew we was talking about him. He had to show us up.
Determination of the Day award's got to go to Thomas Bastian Cock, by the way. He's currently circulating 75 laps down. And looking, if he keeps going and makes it to the end, he's actually going to pick up About 9 places, maybe 8 places.
Ah, see, yeah.
That is the determination, stubborn, I'm not quitting for any reason whatsoever award of the day.
Yeah, worth doing. One of the few drivers that are fortunate enough to have a serious tangle with the wall and have a car that will circulate.
And that's the worst. Driving that far off the pace, like you're so bored doing it. But you know, if you want to stay in contention for any kind of point spots, you got to do it.
Yep. I know that feeling.
All you can hope is you've got a bunch of teammates in their TeamSpeak haven't you to help motivate you, keep going.
Yep. Happened to me in the NIS race at Martinsville this week. I got tagged really badly on about lap 7 and had to spend the next 220 laps sort of cruising around a second off the pace and just trying to stay out of the way.
Oh, and a second off at Martinsville?
Oh, yeah.
That's dreadful.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got guys all over you the whole race. And you're just trying to stay out of their way, and it's already so close.
I don't think I've ever done so many drive-throughs of pit lane trying to stay out of people's way in my entire life.
It's hard to stay out of the leader's way when when you're just 3/10 off of him in Martinsville, much less a second. At that speed difference, he can catch you off of a corner, and you've hurt the leader there, and you're just worried. You're more worried about him than you are yourself that whole race.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the hardest things I've had to do for a long time. I spent 200 and odd laps looking behind me, not in front of me.
Been joined in the commentary booth by Alessandro. Welcome, buddy. Not the race you necessarily wanted today. Your car was sort of up and down. It looked like it was very quick 1 minute, slow at the next. Just tell us how it went for you. Are you trying to get some repairs? Are you going to try and get back out on circuit? What's going on right now?
It was a tough day today. I didn't have time to practice. I picked up just a basic setup and I tried to run some laps, and I tried to tweak something during the qualifying. I didn't try to set a qualifying lap. I just tried to set up my car for the long run, and I completely failed. So my car was just good for the first 2-3 laps, and then was completely undrivable. So I decided to park my car because I'm a bit frustrated with myself, and also I am a bit dangerous. I had some issues during the race with some guys. I don't know if it was my fault or something else. I'm on the bottom of the disqualifying because I was 16x out of 20. So today was not the day I was hoping for, but I'm really happy for Luigi, who is really having a great race.
He still sat inside the top 10. Now, there are drivers out there circulating, and they have got enough laps, I think, to get close. I'm not sure. It's going to be a bit touch and go. So you might still end up with a decent amount of points. I mean, I don't know if there's a rule in the series that says that you have to finish X amount of laps to score points, but if not, you should be on for some reasonable points at least.
Yeah, honestly, I don't care much about points because this will be the last race, I think, for the regular season, because I'm going away from home the whole summer, so I come back September for the chase, and I try just to win some races and have fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, not the race I was hoping for, but in the end, it's a shame because we are not so many, and for the watchers, people watching this race, is not so a great race. So
yeah, I mean, it has separated out a little bit now, and every now and again you get a race like this, don't you? So I'm sure we'll bounce back. I mean, next next round is at Bristol as well. So you said you're away. Will you be able to attend that one, or is that one you're going to have to miss?
Honestly, I don't know when it will take place. So anyway, I think I won't be there. And it's a shame because I never raced at Bristol. It's one of the track I never been before because I'm pretty new to NASCAR. It's like 6-7 months I racing with the Class A. So it's a pity that I can't be there. It would be a really nice race because I know short track racing. It's my best racing during in NASCAR. It's more similar to road racing, so I feel more comfortable with racing Martinsville, especially, and then Bristol. But never mind. I try to come back and stronger and hopefully to get another podium after Atlanta.
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully we will see you again. Certainly enjoyed the race a few rounds back that you were involved in. So, yeah. Good luck with everything, and hopefully we'll see you again shortly.
Yeah, thank you guys, and thank you for broadcasting. Really nice broadcasting.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
He's a thoroughly nice fella, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope he comes back. I'm not entirely sure that Bristol is that much like a road race, mind. I think he's perhaps needs to have another look at that one. Bristol is not like anything ever anywhere else.
I disagree. I think you can take road cars on there. Fine. I took one on there last night.
You can.
10-second lap time I got in the end. 10.9 seconds I got out of it. Yeah. Have some of that.
Martinsville definitely suits the road guys because you have to brake quite a lot. Bristol, no. Bristol is
Bristol is a mile and a half packed into half a mile.
There you go, 1.5 miles in 10 seconds. Get in there.
Yeah. It's like Dover. I absolutely love Dover. That's one of my favourite tracks. Bristol, I struggle with. I get really dizzy. The lap times are so fast, and the corners are so. You're in the corner and out the corner so quick because the banking's so steep that it's a real challenge to try and remember which end you're at.
Yeah, for sure.
I used to always hear on television how everyone would always get confused on if they're on the back straight or the front straight away. And I'm like, how do they get confused? It's just you should know that. Man, after about 40 laps, I have no clue where I'm at on that track. I just know I'm turning left.
Yeah. And the thing is that the turns 3 and turn 4 at Bristol are actually tighter than turns 1 and 2. So you do have to approach it differently, and you have to slow down a little bit more to get through there. And it's so hard to try and remember which end you're at because it just literally it doesn't give you any chance. When you get a long green flag run at Bristol, it's exhausting. You don't get any chance to switch off the concentration at all.
Just roaming around on the cameras at the moment, having a little look. So where are we after that as well? So Bristol obviously that's on the 16th of April. That'll be back, of course, on iRacing Live as well. And then it's they shoot over to Kansas, and that's the 30th of April as well. 267 laps at Kansas, so 250 miles. I quite like Kansas. I like that as a circuit. Had a lot of fun around there. And then they're at Dover on the 14th of May. So yeah, a few good.
Aaron doing a little bit of a strategy call here, picking early.
Yeah, I mean, what's he got?
Well, I mean, he's 17 seconds back, so he needs to do something pretty aggressive to try and see if he can. The only thing he's going to be able to do is upset Rob's rhythm. Otherwise, Rob is too far up the road.
Yeah, I don't think he can do anything for Rob, and being teammates and stuff like that. I don't think he will. I think now it's really all on just trying to make sure he gets brings it home in second.
Rob can probably go.
That is unless we
have
have done a caution. Yeah.
Yeah, he can probably go 6 or 7 laps longer into the run and have 6 or 7 laps fresher tyres, which is, he's a comfortable enough margin. But as I said, the only thing that Aaron can hope to do with that is just to put a little seed of doubt in Rob's mind and make him think, do I need to cover him, do I not? But he will come out about 2 seconds a lap quicker.
Having a quick look, stay with him for the moment, see if we can see what he does first lap out. Rob's cruising around in the 30s at the minute, pulling away about 0.6 of a second from Martin behind him. So
yeah, Aaron ran a 28.5.
yeah, the two, like you say, 2 seconds, bang
At
on,
2
5.10
seconds.
against 5.50. So
At 2 seconds, what's going to happen is if he keeps Rob out there for a really long time, and if Aaron can work it out right, and a caution will just come out at the right time for him, he may be right back there with him. Maybe even the lead when the caution comes out, because he's 2 seconds faster lap. That's going to be about 10 laps he's going to need, give or take, something like that. And
if you're Rob now, your teammates pitted. Of course, I dare say they've been talking about that on their TeamSpeak server. So you think they'll probably go, well, I'll give it 5 laps or so like that, and then I'll jump in. That way, I know he's only cut it down to about 10 seconds.
You could. I don't know how much they, if this was a race that they were taking super seriously, and then there's a championship at stake, then maybe they might play the team game with each other and just not do anything silly. But at the same time, they do like beating each other. There's a bit of banter within the team of Rob. We go and race an official. Rob's one of the guys with like a 5,800 iRating, so he's comfortably top split every week. So there's some of the others like me, Josh, Jake, don't get to race with him as much as we could. There's a bit of banter when we go to test in and one of us is quicker than him. So there's always a little bit of pride at stake. So it's not all cuddly in the team. It's that they do like to beat each other.
And they're into the pits actually as well. So what was that? 3 laps, 4 laps maybe? Wasn't many.
Well, we'll find out now. I think Aaron managed to get 5, 6 laps out of the pits out of it. So it's going to be reasonably close.
He's unlapping himself right now.
Yeah, Rob's away.
Rob's pulling off now, so
yeah, so it's pretty, still pretty sizable gap out there. So wait until the
that will get him second place by a long ways, though.
Yeah,
He'll have a big gap on
Martin's
Martin.
in as well. Rob is, so literally as Aaron's coming out of 1 and 2, Rob going into 3 and 4, so very, very comfortable.
And he's going to be about a half a second faster per lap than Aaron, so he's just going to gain time now. Aaron's not going to beat him anytime soon for lap times.
6 seconds, the gap is, though. Yeah, that's a lot less than, quite a crazy amount of time, actually.
A lot less than it was.
Yeah. But like you say, he's just going to lose time now more than anything. So he needs to hope for some back markers to perhaps trip up Rob or something like that, cost him a valuable second here or there or something like that. It's the only way he's going to really get back at him. See where Martin is. Martin's some 10 seconds back from Aaron, so even the amount of extra grip that he's going to have out there right now is just not going to be enough.
Aaron, to be fair, man, has left absolutely nothing on the table in that run trying to catch up. I mean, he came out, he did a 28.5, 28.6, 28.6, 28.6, 28.8, 29 dead, 28.8, 28.8. So he's just done another 28.8. So he's absolutely on it. He's doing everything he can.
Yeah, as of right now, I believe we got what we've got here, unless a caution comes out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
just time to click off the laps if I'm Rob. Rob gets really close to that wall before. He better be careful. There's no reason to push it as hard as he's doing right now and getting that close to the wall. I know I was saying earlier he needs to get close to the wall, to save your tires, but right now with his lead and he's got fresher tires and everyone behind him except for people who are 18 plus seconds back. You just got to coast it now.
It's interesting though. I always remember, I grew up as a kid watching Supercross and American motocross and things like that. I grew up racing bikes, and one of the guys I always used to love was Ricky Johnson. And I always remember watching an interview with Ricky Johnson where somebody said to him, when you're leading a race, do you find that you back off a little bit and just try and conserve some energy for the next race and whatever? And he was one of the things he always said in guidance was never, ever, ever lift for even a second to try and save a gap behind you. He says you always push maximum, because the second you lift off and you're not pushing with everything you've got, you start making mistakes and you risk, taking yourself out of the race. Now, I wonder if that's just why Rob is still on it as much as he is, because he's just comfortable running that pace and running that long. Want to change it up?
That definitely does happen. I feel like in motocross.
Yep.
I don't know if that's quite the case when it comes to this. Yeah, I know it's true for motocross especially. I just don't know if it's quite as true for an oval style race. You could back off a little bit, not a ton, but just not get so close to the walls. Just don't take the whole track. It makes me nervous. Getting that close to the wall when there's really nothing you can gain. Even though Aaron's actually catching him.
I just wonder. I mean, if Rob's happy with the balance of the car, he maybe have not changed anything at all during the setup. So during the pit stops, or as Aaron's made some changes, maybe the car's just working a little better for him now.
Yeah, but Aaron's got older tires. That's what surprises me about this. I imagine Aaron's probably driving everything he's got, and Rob might be taking it easy.
He's certainly looking at the lap times compared to previous
Last
runs.
time by,
Rob's definitely not pushing as hard.
Second lead. This time by, it's going to be right at a 6.5, so Rob gapped him by a tenth that lap.
You're right, even at that rate though, I mean, at 20 laps, 0.1, you're looking at a couple of seconds, so... Bob just gets through some traffic out there right now as well.
It is one of the things, as I said, I know Rob, when he's got a setup he likes, he doesn't like to change things too much. He'd just be going in and saying, no, leave the car as it is, not a problem. Aaron will change things up in pit stops. I just wonder if that's what's the difference at the moment.
Well, Rob's pulling Aaron now. I think Rob was probably he was being caught and he wanted to go ahead and push it a little bit here. He's back up to a 7.1 second lead now.
Somebody give me a plastic bottle.
And you were speaking about that. That was another half a second he beat Aaron just now. So
yeah,
Rob definitely pick up the pace.
Yeah.
Just while this is all unfolding, what does everyone think about what was announced yesterday on April Fools? Do we think it's a double bluff, or do we think it's coming?
I think it's true, but I think it's a troll for both sides. People who think it's fake, it's the troll because they think it's fake. People who think it's real, it was a troll because of the way they made the video.
Yeah.
It's a double bluff, isn't it?
The one thing that I would say that's true about it now, more than anything, was just because Clint Boyer, the guy they said that was modeling the car after, someone asked him on Twitter, was it true? And he replied, yes, it was true that his car was being modeled for iRacing.
Yep. And we saw
they had a post they had a tweet from Dale Jr. as well, didn't they?
I didn't see one from Dale Jr.
They did. There was one from Dale Jr. as well saying "Dirt confirmed." And I think at the end of the day, if Dale Jr. Junior and Clint Boyd do it, they've now got to. You do not argue with them.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what they do with it, and if it turns out that it is kind of like a double bluff and they are actually going to release it. So, and if that's the case, that's it's brilliant as well to have chose to launch that
On April Fool's.
on April Fools. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the ultimate double troll, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so much hurt on the forum because of it as well. But and yeah.
The thing is, it's not going to be a massive surprise when you actually think about it logically for a second. Everybody's been asking for dirt for a couple of years, and they've always said no. But when they did the dynamic track, and they put all that in, they did say dirt is something we want to do, and it's something they've wanted to do for a long time. And I'm sure that in the super secret test beds at iRacing Central, they probably had a little play with it at the moment and trying to see if they can get something to work. And I'm sure there's a back of the shed job at the minute that somebody's looked at, so they're bound to have a look at it eventually. Whether it's soon or not is a different question.
Well, it's always soon when it comes to iRacing, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not got the soon clock on it. Doesn't count, does it?
No. My thoughts on it are I really don't want it from a standpoint of I'm scared that it's going to take away from some of the other stuff they need to fix first. Like the marbles, day night transition, weather, that kind of stuff. I feel like to bring in dirt, you're going to need three different cars, maybe a late model, a sprint car, and maybe a modified, right? And you can't just put one track in. You need 4 tracks, 5 tracks, something like that. It almost needs to come in a pack kind of deal where you buy it all at once, buy it all in a pack for a single price. And for them to do all of that work, it's really going to take away, I feel like, from their monthly updates that they do, because that's going to be big. That's going to be so big. Unless they've been working on this for a while, which I don't think they have, because the dynamic services. I think they may have been, but they couldn't have been working on it much longer than summer of last year, just based on the fact we didn't have dynamic surfaces, and they just now got that pretty much. I imagine they probably modeled everything.
Yeah, I bet you there's been a test mule rig for that for a while. Whether they're close with it or not is a different thing entirely.
If it does turn out to be a double bluff, the video is just genius as well, because they put that whole thing in there with the guy with the magnifying glass and then taking the little samples and
it's the bit
eating
that
dirt.
That was such a troll ever. It was brilliant. So if that is the double bluff, that's just pure epicness there.
It's the hot topic, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's talking, and I don't know if you remember the other thing as well. When they did the whole iRacing's going mobile for last year. You noticed on the 2nd of April, everything had been taken down, apart from the video that was on YouTube, of course. So, but the news post had gone off of the homepage and all that sort of stuff. So,
they sent emails. They got the videos up. Actual NASCAR drivers are talking about it. I feel like by now, Inside Sim Racing done an article on it. I feel like by now, if it was a complete troll, they would have said so. I don't think it was quite as they said, but
the thing is, the dynamic track is dirt. I mean, you think about it, you've got turning points, braking bumps, the amount of dirt that gets moved to the outside of the track, that you get a polished line, differences between clay type soil, hard pack, gravel. There's so many things that it does and so many different things it can change, and I think if they get something right and they get something that works, it opens up doors all over the place for them. Dirt isn't not just dirt or gravel, and second they look at gravel working, there's rally stages and all that kind of thing that comes down the line as well. It's something they're going to have wanted to have looked at in their back pocket for a while. I think there's something in it. It's just that it's probably still 18 months to a year off at least.
I'd say even 2 years. To get we're pretty much developing a brand new game. You really throw everything they have already on asphalt. You throw it out the door, like because right now the tires is what gives. It gives and the flexes and all that. With dirt racing, the dirt flexes and it moves and it's kind of sticky, you know. They got to redo all that from scratch. Like there's really nothing in the asphalt configuration that's going to work. It's almost it's like they're building a brand new game. And what I really would have liked them to have done was actually bring in another group of people to build it, and leave the group we've got working on asphalt. They may have did that, and they're gonna keep it in house.
We don't know, do we? I mean, we're all blind guessing in that.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying on the stream as well on the chat there about it opens up stadium trucks, rallycross, and that's all right. It's all correct. The second you get something like that working, anything is open to go. Probably should talk about the race a little bit as well. I mean, we're 4 to go now.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens, isn't it? Just goes to show how subjects like that. So, but still, Rob Reed leading. Aaron in second. He has only got a 2-second gap over Martin, who is closing in, and it's only about a tenth and a half a lap now. It was a little bit more earlier on, and Aaron's in a bit of traffic, so he's got his teammate behind him. That's a bit of a shield, so I think he'll be good for P2. Vit, who we can see just being put a lap down there, is in 4th place as well. So yeah, a lot of drivers managed to get back out on the circuit as well after getting the engines replaced. So we've ended up with what is about 12 runners. We were down to about 8 at one point. So
yeah, Martin Kappel's having the best go he possibly can with it at the end, isn't he? But that's, I think,
3/10 at lap.
he's got 2 cars in front of him as well, and 3 to go. I think it's going to be enough, unfortunately. But I got to say, he's driven a really good race. The car wasn't there earlier. He didn't have the pace earlier, so for him to have hung on the way he has to the top 3, I think he's made some really good, really smart changes in the pit stops and worked something out that's kept him right up there. And again, the two guys at the front are a little bit on a different planet, but Martin is definitely the class of the field with the rest of them. I mean, everybody else is a clear lap down now.
He's had a podium in every single race, hasn't he? If I'm not mistaken, Martin.
Yep. That consistency pays off in over a season. That's a very, very difficult thing to beat.
Here comes Rob Reed, though, round in the final corner. It's going to take his second victory in as many races. So definitely going to be one to watch for the championship. So Martin definitely has his hands full. Great race from Rob, and his teammate's going to come across in second place. Aaron had his issues, managed to fight back from that drive from the pit lane speeding penalty. Oh, Martin into the wall right at the end there as well. Comes across in third still. Nonetheless, great job. Oh, there is not. I thought for a moment there was still some battles going on, but there's not. These guys are all a lap down. Well, it ticked by at the end there, those last 20 laps. I think that's just because we got excited about something else.
We started talking about dirt racing.
Josh is still doing his first sideways moves, isn't he? 25 laps down, still enjoying himself. Oh, that was a good race, though. I think it's a bit of a shame there was such a high attrition rate early, but I think there was some good racing in there.
Matt, will you take us through the final standings, please?
Yeah, so Rob Reed takes up the win. Well done to Rob. Aaron Mispero P2, Martin Kappel P3, Vit Solomon P4, Luigi Graffini P5, Luis Rodriguez P6, Josh Drinkwater P7, and Clyde Whiting limps around with a hobbled car to P8. Alessandro Dalladone manages to work his way up to 9th. I think we maybe said to him to go back out and do a couple more laps, and he did. Fabio Asunciao manages to work his way up to 10th, so congrats to him as well.
Yeah, and just Thomas, after his adventures earlier on, got himself back up to 13th place as well. So, yeah, there was a lot of drivers that, rejoined that race. So, still a lot of points up for the offering. But yeah, great job from Rob and Aaron. You guys have looked strong since they've joined the series, Matt. It's fair to say.
Yeah, I think things are going okay with us at the minute. We're ticking along. It's wouldn't mind seeing a bit more competition and a few more people to try and pitch ourselves against. But Martin's definitely giving them a good run for their money, and is like is really impressive. I think.
Oh, we'll go quick advert break. We'll see if we can get a few drivers in there for an interview. But failing that, we'll wrap the show up. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time. But it's been round 4 of the European Stock Car Championship. Rob Reed takes it from Aaron and Martin. Great 1, 2, 3 there from those guys. Back in just a moment.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV for what is the after show of the European Stock Car Championship, round number 4 from Texas. Matt, we were, what can we say about that race? It was great at the start. Unfortunately, attrition really just sort of spoiled some sort of cliffhanger at the end, but can't take anything away from the guys that, finished sort of in the top 5. Good solid drive from absolutely all of them. We've got a few people waiting to have an interview, so we'll start off by bringing Rob up first. So Rob, welcome to the booth. Congratulations, 2 in 2, mate. You must be happy with that. Car looked very, very good. You look strong. throughout that race, pretty much start to finish, seemed to be the man to beat. Aaron had a little something for you in different stages of that race. Tried to improve his car, I think we heard, and fell off a bit, and then speeding penalties. But in the end, you just had too much for everyone out there.
Yeah, thanks. I was really happy with the car all night. The very first run probably felt the best. Maybe went away a little bit as the runs went on. Aaron seemed to find a bit of performance in his by making some changes in the pit stops. But yeah, very pleased. Didn't really make any mistakes. Good race.
Obviously, a tough track out there as well. We saw a lot of attrition tonight. Is that something you expected going into Texas?
A little bit. With the new low downforce package we've got, the cars are a lot harder to drive, especially off the corner. So yeah, I expected quite a bit of spinning and stuff. Yeah.
And we obviously look forward to 2 weeks' time now as well. Totally different track next week. We're obviously heading over to Bristol. Do you think you can go 3 for 3?
Yeah, I'm not very good at Bristol. Bit claustrophobic there. We'll see.
And we've got to ask one question as well that's been asked on the YouTube as well. Is why no donuts?
I don't know. I think it's kind of like showing off, isn't it? I like to remain humble in victory.
Yeah, it's, no one's falling for that, are they?
Don't worry, I'll have a donut for you later.
Okay.
We'll sort it all out.
Thanks.
Thanks, Rob. Anyone you want to give a quick shout out to before we let you go?
Matt Dalton, actually, because I used a setup he had built, which was different to the setup my teammates were using. So very pleased with that.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Matt. There we go. Thanks, Rob. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
I think he clearly meant to say thank you very much to Apex Racing and all the associated sponsors, actually, but there we go. I'll take some plaudits as well.
It's quite fine. The broadcast has got JCL written all over it, so we'll plug them later. Aaron joins us in the booth, though. Hello, Aaron. Welcome, buddy. You can't look good through a good portion of that race. You had to work for P2 in the end, though. The speeding penalty really cost you, but you decided to come in that little bit early, get the undercut. You were quite a margin clear. Martin started coming back to you. Were you a little worried at all at the end of that race?
With 15 to go, I thought I'd blinked too early, I must admit. But I knew we were quicker than him on the long run, so it just about worked out. Another 5 laps, and I'm not sure it would have been the same result.
As I asked the same question of Rob. Really, there was a lot of attrition today, and Matt said we would probably see that. Rob, the same as well. Is there something the guys are fundamentally doing out there that that could help them? Because we want to see these sort of 20-car grids sort of all finishing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some of it's set up. The tyre model at the moment is so sensitive. I mean, I went from in the first run tonight, I was a bit tight, made a small adjustment, and halfway through the second run, well, you would have seen it, Rob caught me 2 seconds and about 4 laps, because I just went wrecking loose. So, I think that's part of it. Part of it's lack of experience. I don't know, really. Maybe we need to run some masterclasses in the academy.
Wow, sounds like a plan. Bristol up next. Rob says he's not particularly au fait with the track, so are you going to try and see if you can stop his little, run of 3 races?
Yeah, Rob can say what he likes. To be honest, we're getting there. We're getting closer. I think we would. Without the speeding penalty, it would have been less than 5 seconds tonight. That's half the gap of Auto Club. So look on the bright side, I suppose.
Oh, well, all the best of luck there in a couple of weeks' time. Before we let you go, anyone just want to give a shout out to?
Just thanks to Apex, really, and all the sponsors. JCL and Leo Bodner and to the Academy. Come and join us, guys.
Thanks, Aaron.
And Simputers.
Thanks, Aaron. We'll see you next week.
I need to give them all a script, don't I think?
It's fine.
Yeah, send them an email with all the sponsors.
Martin joins us in the booth. Martin, 3rd place. Oh, you needed a few more laps and 2nd could have been yours tonight.
Exactly as you say, I was so hoping that I would get him by the end of the race, but sadly it didn't work out. But man, the last stint was really intense. I enjoyed it so much.
Let's just talk about your car for a moment, because at the start it didn't look like you had an awful lot out there, to be honest. Sort of struggling in and around the rest of the guys, but towards the end, car really come alive. That sort of I think it was the penultimate stint. Straight after the caution, you were able to stay with Rob for much longer through the stint in the car. You know, were you making changes to the car, or had you found something midway through?
Yeah, it's true. The car was really tight at the end of the stint. I was struggling with that a lot, and I tried my best to avoid that, but it was inevitable. Actually, in the second to last stint, I was holding on to Rob so I could read his lines and learn from him a bit, so that helped me. But then he just went away, and I started to struggle again, and that was it. I didn't make any changes to the car. It was just as it was from
Getting
the
used
start.
to it. So it's just learning to drive it. Okay.
Yep.
Matthew, not the best of race for him. Unfortunately, got tagged in a bit of an unfortunate incident where the driver behind him just lost it. And your other teammate away doing some real world racing, I believe.
Yeah, Thomas is doing the European Touring Car Championship right now. He did the qualifying today, and he'll be racing tomorrow. So I hope he did. I hope he does well in the race.
Yeah, awesome. Anyone you want to give a quick shout out to while you're here, Martin?
Yeah, shout out to our sponsors, which is Lenovo, Simulated, and Formula VR, and also our new sponsor, Fnatic. So thanks to them.
And one last question. Then let's talk about Bristol up next. So you know you've had a couple. Well, I say you've had a couple. Every single race you've ended up on the podium so far. So championship still firmly in your hands at the moment. So I know it's a long way to go, but still you must be delighted. And I guess same again really for Bristol.
Well, that's the plan actually. What else? But I mean, I don't know what's it gonna be like there. I'm not sure what my pace will be. So we'll see. Well,
Oh,
hopefully in the top 3.
oh, all the best of luck for that one then. Thank you very much, Martin. We'll see you then, and congrats on third place.
Yeah, thank you, and congrats to the winners. See you next time.
You bring Josh up as well. He's aptly renamed himself on TeamSpeak as Drifting Drinkwater. Josh, welcome to the booth. That says it all, doesn't it? Today, yeah, you all I can just say was there was an epic moment that you were drifting back and forth like it was on like you were in Tokyo Drift or something like that, all the way down the down the main straight through the triover section. But yeah, unfortunately you didn't hold it into 1 and 2.
No, I got to be honest. Aaron christened me that, but yeah, get the consistency out of the car. One lap I was, matching Rob and Aaron. The next lap I'd be all over the show, and I just clipped the apron on that one and went for a nice leisurely slide on the front stretch into turn 1 and 2.
Of course, you had your issues, but you got your car fixed up. You went back out there, and according to my timing sheet, it says 7th here, so you must be happy with that.
Yeah, considering I was at the race for quite some time, I thought I wasn't going to make the top 10, but I've just seen how many people were at the race, and thought it was worth going back out and just running around and picking up a few positions where I could.
Now, next week we're at Bristol. Surely you can get some epic drifts going on around there.
I love the short tracks. I'm not great on these 1.5 2 milers, but the short tracks I can show what I really can do. So it probably won't be as much drifting. I'm sure there'll be a bit of sliding somewhere.
Awesome, thanks, mate. Well, yeah, well done today. I mean, like I say, probably not the result you wanted, but still, you got something out of that with a P7 in the end.
I'll take it. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Right, Matt. That brings us to the end of the show then.
Yeah, that was a bit of a stamp squib at the end, but it started off quite promisingly.
Once we started losing a few people, what was, I guess the crazy thing was as well, is that everybody really lost it out of two, didn't they? Straight into the wall, and how many motors did, popped at that particular point? That was really the main issue. So, yeah, trying to think, was it? I think it was Aaron said, perhaps just a bit of inexperience and not enough time testing just to sort of know how that car's going to react after sort of 15, 20 laps. And fortunately, we lost a lot of people. So hopefully at Bristol, I mean, that's a challenge. I mean, like I say, I kid around earlier on and whatnot, but I know that it's actually a really, really tough track to drive and race as well. So. I think we'll lose a few people there in that one too.
It's one that'll heat up a lot as well, and you'll get a lot of rubber down on the track, and the line will move during the race on that. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see people having to run the bottom at some point and then go back up to the top later on, and I don't expect that to be... that's going to be hard work race. Every time I've run unofficial stuff there, it's been lots of accidents and lots of strategy under the caution of whether you take 2, whether you take 4, whether you just take fuel, whether you stay out, try and maintain track position. That's going to be an interesting race.
Okay, mate. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cody, as well, for joining us. He's just stepped away for a second. It's been fun. All the way through that, really, and then the little convo at the end. I reckon we ought to place a wager on whether it's going to be there or not. Just go back to this and see who was right.
I would say 2 years at minimal.
I reckon 12 months.
But he did say maybe by the end of this year. If that happens, I will be completely shocked, because there would have been rumblings about this if it was coming out that soon. I feel like this is so big, like somebody would have leaked this by now. It's gonna be out by the end of the year.
All right, thanks, gents. Yeah, we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you everybody for tuning in as well. We'll get the iRacing banner back and on the correct time next week. But thank you from everybody here at Texas. See you in 2 weeks' time.